Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of Inspirational Movement with Emmanuel Bushe. Thank you so much for your comments on previous videos. Thank you so much for contacting me, and thank you so much for those who endeavor to get a copy of my book. I believe you've gained so much from it. So the book is still available on the Amazon and other online book retail stores. Today we'll discuss another topic on the lessons from successful people. However, this is going to be the last segment of this, last topic of this segment, and we will move to another another segment in the next episode. So today, still on the same topic, lessons from successful people. You know, you see, the truth is that nobody likes to identify with failure, and nobody wants to take responsibility for failure. It's very hard for people to admit failure. So that is why in any endeavor, we just have to make efforts to ensure that we are successful. And the truth is, to be successful, we just need a lot of attributes, a lot of characteristics to ensure that we make it. Yeah, and so that we could have a very good story to tell. And to be successful requires perseverance, patience, focus, consistency. It requires so much in terms of authenticity, because we need to be a proper version of ourselves before we can be successful. Another vital thing we need to discuss, we'll be discussing this segment today, is confidence, which is very, very essential to be successful in any endeavor. So, if you have to be a boxer, and just simply because your opponent happens to be lanky, huge, and you could be good to panic before mounting the ring. It is just the best way for you to know that you've admitted failure in a psychological manner. So when we talk of confidence, it's a psychological way of ensuring that we overcome challenges. Yes, some challenges are inevitable. Some could be done away with. But in most cases, challenges are absolutely inevitable. And as I usually say, challenges are meant for human beings. Yes, and we have two choices why face challenges. Either we face it and move ahead, or we avoid it and remain the same. So the choices we make is left to us. But today, what is about successful people? About successful people is that they are confident. Yes, they are confident. Being confident is just a psychological, or mental, let me say, is a mental state that helps us overcome challenges, obstructing us from achieving our goals in life, or making our dreams a reality. So, one thing we need to understand about challenges about successful people, that they are confident. Autism is the fate that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. So that is to say, great things in life requires having the faith, and it makes you to remain on course till it's been done. And achievements are something that are very, very essential, especially when that makes us remarkable. Great statues are being erected, great names are being read in books, even in history, politics, simply because they were confident. Those people that we read about today, because they were able to make the difference, because they were confident about what they stand for in life. Rather than keeping their voice short, they decide to stand out. It's very risky when exhibiting confidence at times, because most people like an easy life, a life that is just made, just enjoy the normal things. But when we talk of turning down challenges for the betterment of mankind, it requires confidence to stand out, to speak, not just for oneself, but for the cause of others as well. So when we look at it, nothing can be done without hope and confidence, according to Ellen Keter. So that is to say, for us, to change our story for the best, for us to have a positive impact in others, we need confidence. We need to be sure of what we want to do. We need to be sure of what we are doing. And we need to be sure of the results we are about to attain. So, if we are not sure, we are just dabbling, we will end up pursuing a pie in the sky, which makes the whole process meaningless. All endeavors will become meaninless. And, as I've always said, nobody is ready to be associated with a failure. So, it's either you get it done or you dish it. There's nothing in between. So, our goals are very essential in life. Our dreams are because this is what distinguishes us from the crowd, from others. You've never seen anybody making impact in life without being confident. They just have to start for something. And if you refuse to start for something in life, automatically you will fall for nothing. So let us talk about the definition of confidence as we proceed. Confidence can be described as a belief in oneself, that one has the ability to face down life's challenges and to succeed, and acting in a way that conveys that belief. I believe the definition has said much, but one thing about the definition is that it consists of believing in oneself, having the ability, to face down challenges. People are fond of giving excuses. Oh, I would have done this if only this has happened. I would have gotten that. If only I was able to do this, I would have been able to do this. If no, people create excuses and they give reasons for their failure. And the funniest thing, they beautify the reasons that their purpose. So they beautify the reasons why they could not get things done, that the purpose they were about to achieve. So when we look at the issue of confidence, is very, very applicable to every situation in life. And however, it's very essential that we are confident about what we are doing, what we want to do, and how we are going to go about it. So in life, for us to succeed, yes, we need to be convinced. And apart from that conviction, we need to be confident about what we want to achieve. One thing I would like to say, for us to have a better understanding about confidence, we need to understand that confidence is not arrogance. And confidence is not underestimating others or any situation. But rather, confidence is a matter of being positive and realistic in terms of achieving one's ambition. Yes, in the midst of uncertainty. So even when things seem to be uncertain, when things seem to be unsure, but having that hope, having that faith, having that belief that no, I will get it done. Even when others are backing out or giving up, no, I will remain on course. Confidence is a reflection of one's determination towards succeeding in life. As I've said earlier, it's either you get it done or you dish it. There's nothing in between. And I will say, nobody pays for failure. And nobody wants failure. So that is why we need to get up and get something done. And not just, giving excuses. You understand my point? So, at one point or other in life, because you can't tell me that you were just the same way you were born. When you look at where you were born years ago, haven't gone to school, haven't achieved one or two things, you will see that it has cost you something to get to wherever you are today. And you've overcame a lot before attaining the level where you are today. The truth is, for you to, as far as you are alive, there will still be challenges ahead of you. And as far you continue to be confident, yes, you will still continue to overcome challenges. So you came through a lot to get to wherever you are today. And if you keep on that same belief, automatically you will overcome anything in life that stands your way. So that you say, the same belief that you have, yes, if you don't feel intimidated, if you don't allow anything to scare you, that same belief that has brought you far to where you are today, that same belief can still take you far. Yes, beyond the expectation. So now, furthermore, let's reason. Being confident requires having a realistic sense of one's capability and feeling secure in that knowledge. You see, one thing we need to understand is that you can't be in primary school and be confident of handling, a tax meant for somebody in the postgraduate class. So it's a matter of being realistic. You need to know yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to know what you can do, even in the midst of scarcity, even in the midst of nothing. As I usually say, it takes a resourceful mind to bring out abundance from scarcity, in the midst of scarcity. And it takes a wasteful mind, yes, to bring out nothing from in the midst of abundance. So, you see, when we exercise confidence, you see, we don't, most of the challenges we pass through in life are not within our control. But we just have to be on course to say, no matter come what may, I'm not deviating. Come what may, I'm not giving up. Because it requires confidence, but yet it requires a sense of reality. We just have to know what we are doing. We have to be sure of what we are going to do as well. So, and then we have to, being confident requires knowledge. It requires intelligence, because you need to understand what you are passing through. And the more you understand, the more exploits you'll be able to attain, or heights you'll be able to attain. So, and then let us move further. You see, according to John Maxwell, he said, life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. There's no sentiment about that. If you are realistic, if you are confident, if you are authentic in any endeavor today, that same endeavor will distinguish us tomorrow. So it's a matter of giving nothing to get nothing, and giving something to get something. So it's just like if you're a farmer, and you refuse to, sow when other farmers are sowing, don't expect to reap anything during the time of harvest. So, challenges in life, they will try to limit you, they will try to stop you. Challenges, that's the major work of challenges anyway. Friends are one of the challenges we pass through. Psychological friends, because they advise you in a very good manner, they advise you in a very nice manner, telling you, it's better you stay away from that risk, it's better you go this way, it's better you start back, give up, save yourself some money, save yourself some energy. But because you are sure, yes, you'll be able to make the right choice. And that right choice you make today will eventually come back to celebrate you tomorrow. And without wasting much words or beating around the bush, let's move on to the facts of confidence. You see, confidence facilitates the drive to start things. Successful people make moves rather than contemplating. Should I go for it? Should I not? They make you when you are confident, you make decisions and you become actionable, rather than giving reasons that makes you become inactionable. Nobody pays for a job undone. That's the truth. If you are able to meet up with expectations, nobody's ready to reward you. But rather, the more your chances of getting up, getting more, exploring more, the more it gets diminished. So we need to understand that. He said, and the next point is, enables the ability to stand up for oneself in a fair and consistent manner, rather than being unheard or feeling unfairly treated. Most cases where we complain that life has been unfair to us is because we ourselves, we've refused to be fair to ourselves. We've refused to stand for what is fair, what is right. We've refused to, the more you know, the more you do. That's what about life. So, at times, when we refuse to do the right thing at the right time, we will end up contemplating or blaming somebody or feeling, unfairly treated. But when you are confident about what you are doing, regardless of the challenge, even though you are being knocked down, you will still get up and fight back. It takes confidence, yes, overcome fears before winning any situation. Yeah. So it takes confidence to overcome fear. That's what we need to understand. Yeah. It takes confidence to overcome fear before winning in any situation. So at times, situations are just not being won like that. Battles are not just being won by mere speaking or by mere words. It takes action. Soldiers do not win battles while sleeping in their house. Yes, Football matches are not being won just by the players being in the midst of the crowd. They just have to get to the pitch and do something that is required of them. And without them being nothing will be changed. Things will remain the same. So for us to change the paradigm of our life, for us to change the story of our life, we just need to be confident. And that's the first step of it all. Without confidence, we will remain the same. Yes. And another point is that confident people know when to say yes or no, where appropriate, and stand by their decision while convinced. That is to say, when you are confident about something, initially you will not be convinced about it. Why do I have to go this way? Why do I have to go that way? At times, confidence at times make us look like an odd to people. Mostly when they don't understand the reason for our actions. But the more convinced you are, the more confident you are, because you are certain, you are sure of what you are doing, you really understand. You understand? So, as I've said earlier, confidence is not arrogance, but acting based on certainty and conviction. That's another fact. So, confidence is doing the right thing, the right time, in the right manner. You understand my point? And another thing I would like us to understand, that confidence, distinguishes us. Most especially when we go for interviews, when we go for talk shows, when we go for anything, even when we make presentations at times, trying to convince people for a particular cause, the more confidence we stand in their presence, the more they listen to us, the more they accept us. Even though, at times, even though you are trying to mix things up together, but if you present things in a confident manner, people will listen to you and they will accept to you. Simply because of one point you're able to deliberate upon in a confident way or in a confident manner. So, another point is confidence in doing set the bar high and aim high to become successful in life. You see, the goals of confident people are not common goals. The dreams of confident people are not just common, let me say, they are just common dreams. Successful people are being distinguished because they have bigger dreams. Because they set the bar ahead, they set it high. So they tax themselves. They ensure that, when others are going for the medium or low, they are going for the higher one. Confidence enables one to stretch one's limits towards becoming mentally strong rather than accepting them. The truth is that when you accept limits, the more your chances of becoming successful diminishes. That's what about limits. Because limits will lock you up in your comfort zone. Limits will give you a reason why not to move beyond certain stages. Limits will give you a reason why to stay back, why leaving the platform for somebody else to take over. So, at times when we look at us, we have every reason to keep where we are. But when you are confident, you will not be comfortable where you are. That I could do more. Then confidence enables us ask real questions to get real answers in terms of challenges, in terms of challenging our assumptions rather than getting locked up in our comfort zones. Yes. So, most people got the ability to do it. Most people, they got the ideas. Most people, they got the initiative. But simply because they've lacked the confidence to ask the right person the right question, where to go, how to go, where to be, what time to be, simply because they lack the ability to ask the real questions that will give them the real answers on how to start things or how to get things done. Because they lack that confidence, they remain the same. It's not because they are not intelligent, it's not because they are not knowledgeable, but simply because they lack the confidence to ask the right person. You understand my point? So, and one thing with the confidence enables us to achieve in life is that rather than accepting the limitation of our assumptions, it enables us to challenge our assumptions. People live according to certain paradigms that they don't even know the origin of the paradigm. People live according to, people live in a manner whereby, they don't even know what initiated it. They just found people doing it and they are just doing it. So they don't even know what prompted them to be there or to act in such a manner. But if you read, there's a book I read some time ago about, the book was written about Richard Shell. He said, everybody in their family were just going into military. And it's just as if they have a covenant with the military. But he asked himself one day, am I meant to be in the military? Or how did I get myself into the military? He discovered himself, he found himself in the military, and he started to question himself that, is it because my family members are military? And in the military, is that why I'm there? But rather, so it took him years to challenge his assumption and to discover himself. So without confidence, the truth is that we will hardly discover ourselves. We will hardly discover our purpose. We will hardly discover where we need to be and what impact we need to make in the life of others. So so being confident, it takes a lot, and it requires a lot. And this is just something that distinguishes anybody from the crowd. Confidence enables us. I've said this earlier on. Yes, confident people believe in being successful regardless of the possible challenges ahead. They prefer to take reasonable risk and move forward than remaining stagnant. Yes, the truth is, confident people will not be, they will not, yes, confident people are not ready to accept limitations, as I've said earlier on, and they are not ready to remain in their comfort zones, regardless of what comes their way. So the truth is that they prefer to take reasonable risk, that is, a risk that goes along with calculation. Yes, that your tendency of succeeding is more than your tendency of failing. You would have put your chances, you would have calculated your chances in a psychological manner. You would have gotten what you need to get in terms of information, resources, and other things together. You can't tell me you're a confident soldier and you are going to a battlefield without your weapons, or without your weapons be prepared. Just keep your bullets outside of your rifle. No, that does not reflect confidence. Confidence reflects a very good state of preparation towards approaching challenges which will be ahead of it. So when you are prepared for challenges ahead of you, your tendency of overcoming those challenges is more higher than the tendency of keeping back or remaining stagnant. So let's move further. And this was let's reason. Performing a role or completing a task confidently is not about not making mistakes. Yes, mistakes are inevitable, especially when doing something new. A lot of products today, just like Newton, he tried the globe 99 times before he was being successful. And according to him, he said he tried this globe in 99 times that he tried creating the globe in the fluorescent 99 ways. He never saw himself wasting his time 99 times, but he learned 99 ways in which the globe or the fluorescent could be created. So the truth is that in every mistake we make, there are lessons for us to learn. And that is why you see successful people, the more they know, the more they grow, the more they develop. Because they believe that every mistake they make, there's something for them to learn. And the more lessons they derive from their mistakes, the more their scope is being widened. And the more they are able to take decisions, the more they are able to take risks. Confidence includes knowing what to do when mistakes come to light, and therefore is also about problem solving and decision making. Yes, so without confidence, there's no how you can solve problems. One, and without confidence, there's no how you can make right decisions, because right decisions comes from the lesson you learn from making the wrong decisions initially. So when you make this, a decision in a way that you make a mistake, you know that there's a need for you to adjust. But it's better for you to try and make mistakes rather than not try at all, because he who doesn't try at all is the biggest failure. So confidence, confidence requires not just investing things wrongly or just doing things, taking unnecessary risk. Confidence is not about taking unnecessary risk, but it involves taking reasonable risk. Yes, so it involves making mistakes that will make you improve. So another thing I would like us to discuss as we move on is how to build confidence. Yes, people want to be confident, but it's essential we understand how to build our confidence. First is planning and preparation. People often feel less confident about embarking on embarking new challenges, changes or potential difficult situations due to lack of preparation. The more prepared you are, the more confident you become. The more when you are prepared to carry out a task, you psychologically the task is half done, because you've know where to start, you've know where to do. Just like a project, you've known how to plan your project, how to how to plan your resources, that such as time, money, and human effort. You've known how to position them. Then you've known where to execute the project. You understand my point? And you know how to plan, initiate, execute, and close the project. So psychologically, even before the completion of that project, you've completed it, because you've planned and you are prepared for the job and nothing else. So, and another point is learning, knowledge, and training. Learning and research can help us feel more confident about our ability to handle situations, roles, and tasks. One thing I'd like to say about learning, knowledge, and training is that learning needs to be continuous for us to be a better version of ourselves. The more we learn, the more we know, and the more we know, the more confident we become, especially when handling complex situations. Experience comes from learning. There's no how you become a specialist in anything without first learning, getting the knowledge about the thing. And when you talk of knowledge, knowledge comes from research. We get to know the more we research into things. And however, the more you know, the more confident you become. Yes. And then the more confident you become, the more advancement you make. Then another point is monitor your progress. The best way to reach your goal, big or small, is to break them into smaller goals and monitor your progress. You see, when you're about to build, just for example, if you're about to build, let me say 6 stories building. Yes, as a project manager, you've got the clue of what to do, how to do it, but the truth is that you can't just embark. You can't just complete the all 6 buildings on a go. You just have to break, everything into activities. One activity after the other, one task. You have to break everything into smaller roles. And as usually said, little drops make a mighty ocean. Then one thing about confidence is that we need to think long term. Successful people program their future way ahead of today and remain on track. That's one thing about that. The more you can think ahead, the more you are able to complete tasks or overcome challenges, ahead of time. It's only when we are not able to think, that's when we become confused. And it's because when we don't think long enough, we lack ideas, we lack initiative, we lack experts, we become a novice to ourselves. But the way we are able to think long enough, the more prepared we are, the more insight we have, and regardless of whatever happens, yes, we remain on track, and then we are able to overcome the challenge. Another point is follow through. Successful people become whatever they become because they work on what they believe, be it a plan, vision, or idea. They never allow others set them back. You see, one thing which is very, very essential in success is that the ability to follow through matters a lot. What I mean about follow through is that most people, they start tasks, they start projects, but if they lack the ability to follow through, they end up abandoning the whole thing halfway. Even some just halfway, or let me say just few steps to the end of it all. But when you have the ability to follow through, just like a project, when you have the ability to start the project and close it, then you have a lot to learn. And the more you learn, the more chances you are of having more bigger projects, the more chances you have of of becoming more successful in your career, because you know that you can handle a project from the beginning to the end. But if you lack following through, it's very, very difficult for anybody to trust us. Another point is that this now brings us to lack of confidence. lack of confidence leads to inaction. Yes. Even though you have a desire, if you don't have the confidence to execute that desire or bring that desire to reality, nothing will be done. And nobody's going to pay for inaction. Yes. And inaction leads to failure automatically. The lack of confidence can lead to paralysis from fear of failure. What others think or say of us and fear of the unknown. You know, at times people judge you based on their own perspective. But and the truth is that they are not right in all cases. People judge based on their previous experience. People judge based on what they've known. People judge at times even based on bias. So not every advice or every judgment are reasonable. At times, for us to learn or to improve, making mistakes are very, very essential. The more mistakes you make, and you could discover your mistakes, the more new things you will discover. And the more you discover new things, the more confident you become. So it's better trying and failing or making mistakes than not trying at all. Lack of confidence leads to weak goal setting and bar too low and mediocre results. Yes. The truth is, nobody celebrates average anyway. Yes. When you lack confidence, you give up. And you leave the platform for somebody to leave the trophy. It's as simple as that. Yes, less confidence leads to temporary success. What I would like to say about this person that, it's better for one to fail originally and, restart the whole process, learn from your mistakes, learn from your failures, and, build something better than succeeding temporarily, whereby you will not be able to face the challenges of tomorrow. So, failure originally is better than temporary success or success or limitation. Then I want to see that it leads to shyness, inaction, and often missed opportunities. And the truth is that opportunities lost can hardly be regained. Because what is there today might not be there tomorrow. So, but if you are not confident at taking available opportunities, well, the decision you make today, the choice you make today will make it tomorrow. So it's better you make the choice of being confident today, so that you will not be able, so that you can become actionable, you can utilize opportunities, and you can move ahead in any endeavor or wherever you find yourself. Another point is, according to Mark Twain, he said, a man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. The truth is that when you don't believe in yourself, nobody is ready to believe in you. When you are not certain of your ability, nobody is ready to assure you. So, you see, having confidence is your own responsibility. Having belief in your own self is your own responsibility. When people are about to invest in you or entrust in you and you are doubting yourself, automatically you are even an insult or a ridicule to those who are about to invest in you. So, having the confidence gives you the ability to showcase who you are, what you could do, and the extent you could go. So even those who are ready to invest in you, you realize one thing, that the more confident you are, the more confident they become in terms of investing in you. So it's very, very essential that we have confidence in anything we want to do. So that brings us to the summary. He said, and it says, great things never come with ease, because it demands a lot, and it's meant for the serious minded. It requires believing in ourselves and in the success of whatever we desire to become in life. The truth is, when you don't believe in your dreams, nobody owes you the responsibility to believe in your dream. When you don't believe in your ability, when you continue to doubt what you can do, nobody is there to amend that for you. And one thing about confidence, that the more confident we are, the more serious-minded people take us for. And as I said here, it requires believing in oneself and in the success of what we desire to become in life. That is the quality of our dreams, the quality of our goals. If we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't believe in what we want to achieve, nobody owes us the responsibility to believe in what we want to achieve. So it's all about you yourself having the ability for people to believe in you. No, you have to believe, you have to make yourself available for people to believe in you. You have to make yourself trustworthy for people to trust you. So the truth is, as commonly said, you cannot pour from an empty kettle. That is, you can only give what you have. So for you to give your best, you have to make yourself presentable. And why make yourself presentable? You need confidence. Just like you being a sales officer, and just like you being a sales representative, and you just going to meet people in their various habitats to buy your product. Are you even yourself? You can't even talk about the product you are buying. You are trying to convince them to buy. You are trying to convince them about. If the more you are able to answer questions regarding your service or your product, the more chances you have to be turned down. So the truth is that for people to accept you, you just have to be confident. People have to see that yes, you know what you are talking about, you know what you are doing, you are serious-minded. So, and this is the first thing you did, even at an interview, in a sales meeting, even in negotiation. When you are about to negotiate a deal or business, or let me say a partnership deal, you understand? No matter, you might be having less resources at times, but no matter how less privilege you have, the more confidence you are attending your case, the more gains you are able to make at the end of the day. Because nobody goes to a negotiation table without being confident anyway and come back with a better result. Yes, you'll be open the gates for somebody to rub you up. Yes, in the negotiation field. So another point is, it takes confidence to stand out from the crowd before making a difference towards a desirable life. You see, as I usually say, in living our lives, it's either we are the sheep of our own life or we are the lion of our own life. You see, one thing about lion is, lion does not hide their feelings. They are confident to go anywhere, basically where to search for their meal. But sheep, you would know how they are different from others, because they have to match a multitude, flock. So, and the truth is, lions have the ability to be distinguished. Yes, wherever you are, you know that even though it's just one lion, you see that even though when there are 20 people, they know that yes, this is a lion, and nobody dares confront a lion easily. But sheep, you can stay in the midst of 100 sheep, and even one shepherd can control 100 sheep. So the truth is, we are either the lion of our lives, or we become a sheep. That is, we become a slave to our circumstances. We become a slave to, to paradigms being fixed by other people. We become enslaved to situations. We become a slave to fear, excuses, even sentiment as a whole. So, without confidence, glorious moments cannot be attained. Without confidence, heights cannot be attained. Dreams cannot be actualized. Yes. So, without confidence, stagnancy, frustration, failure, excuses, complaining will always remain the situation. So it's very essential for us to be confident about what we want to do or achieve in life before becoming successful. So it's a very essential step that we need to take, and we need to believe in ourselves, believe in what we want to achieve before we can make it a reality. So this is where we round it up for this segment. Till I come your way next topic, which is going to be another thing entirely. I will refer you to the same book, The Business of Excellence, and I will suggest you get a copy. There are more insights in the book, and there are lots for you to learn. It's a book that comes with great value, very good reviews from people who have read it, and I will suggest you get it, you read it. It's a different book. It's a book with a unique, with a serious, it's a book with a great uniqueness, and I would suggest you get it. The Business of Excellence, Graduating from Challenges to a Champion Arena. So it's a book that is a transforming book. It's a book that transforms lives, and I've gotten various emails, messages, even from seminars as well, I've gotten serious feedbacks and testimonies about the book. So till I come your way, there are other video clips on my YouTube channel. You could listen to any of it. Feel free to drop comments, share with others. Feel free to subscribe so that you become notified each time I come up with a new segment. So thank you very much. Till I come your way, thank you.